This is one specimen. It's not very long. It goes with the topic. It gives all the details, how many shares he applied for, and why he is complaining, because others have got the shares who applied for the same number of shares. This is his complaint, and he is asking for some measures on part of company. He is asking for explanation from the company secretary. Now, reply to this letter should be very tactful. First of all, the company secretary should express his feeling of regret. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to know that you have not been allotted any shares. This feeling of regret will satisfy the shareholder. Then the company secretary should show or should express his compulsion. He may say that, friend, our latest issue was oversubscribed, and we have followed a rational and logical allotment system. The system must be computerized system, and in that computerized system, whatever computer has decided, accordingly we have allotted the shares. So there is no partiality, there is no room for any kind of partiality, but it was our situation. We were compelled to reject a few applications and we had to accept a few. So logical explanation should be given. Sympathy should be expressed. We like your willingness to be member of our family, shareholders family, and we hope that in next IPO and next issue you will be fortunate enough that you will get the shares, or you can buy shares from share market when the shares are listed in share market. This way the letter can be ended. So reply should be very tactful. Reply should be convincing. The person who received this reply should be at least feel that his concern has been taken into consideration. Next topic can be non-credit of refund of the application money. As in the beginning, I just hurriedly mentioned about it. When the person apply for shares, he or she has to send a certain amount of money as partial payment, which is called marginal money. If the shares have not been given, that is, if shares have not been allotted, the refund of this marginal money has been deposited in the account of the applicant. If that is not deposited, the person has to complain about it. And if the applicant has been allotted with the shares, then what happens? That marginal money is considered partial payment of the share, and then remaining amount has to be paid by the applicant. So while writing this kind of letter, non-credit of refund of applications, the reference should be given. It is kind of complaint because the person has not received the refund order, or the amount has not been credited in the account. So information of the allotment of shares or receiving amount should be given. I mean, if the allotment has been given, should be given. If allotment has the shares have not been allotted, then that information should also be given. Expectation, and in this letter at the end, what the person expects. He expects the reply, logical reply. Why? The refund of application money, that is margin money, not been credited. reason should be expected. That should be the end part or concluding part of the letter. Reply to non-credit of refund of the application money. Now here, first of all, reference of the letter number, date, then the feeling of regret. We are sorry to know about non-credit of the refund of the marginal money. Then reason should be mentioned. 2 or 3 reasons can be there, and that reason should be very logically mentioned, that either you have been allotted with shares or you have not given the account number. If the shares have been allotted, the margin money would be considered part payment, and if shares have not been allotted and still the person have not received the application money, that is marginal money, there may be mistake in mentioning account number, etc. So ask the person to give correct account number. The action should be mentioned, that they have find out what reasons they have, and they should clearly mention, company secretary should clearly mention that what he has done and what action he has taken, and after the action what more he can do politely or humbly he should tell the shareholder. Now, non-credit of dividend, it is like the previous letter, nothing more new in this. First of all, introduction means your account number, your details, then complaint of non-credit of dividend. Usually corporate companies, when declare the dividend, they deposit the dividend amount in the account of the shareholders, and shareholders account number is always with the company. So they as soon as they declare dividend or bonus, they deposit the amount in shareholders account. But if the person doesn't receive in time the dividend amount and others have received, the shareholder would complain to the company secretary. This should be the part of introduction or beginning of the letter. So information reference, he should give the reference of the information, that he has collected the information that other members or other friends have received the dividend amount, and I am the one who has still waiting for it, and in my account still there is no amount has been still deposited. So this information reference should be given, that other friends have received this dividend and I am the one who has not. Now the person expects reply, explanation, and action. Why this has happened, what are the reasons, explanation, etc. Now reply to this letter on behalf of company secretary. First of all, polite beginning, he should refer to the letter that we have received your letter of dated so and so, and we are sorry to know that you have not yet received dividend which we already have deposited in the other people's account. Reason can be many, can be technical. Sometimes suppose the company's computer system failed, can be one reason. Sometimes there is some accident in the company, so whole department, suppose the fire in the company, and they are not in a position to credit dividends. Certain people's, a few processes started, and in between there is some accident, so few people get the dividend and others could not. Fault in the department, there may be some mistake in documentation, or there may be some mistake in bank account. Suppose you change your bank account, suppose you change your bank account number. I mean, your or bank has changed the number. So the company cannot be in a position to deposit the dividend. So this, out of these, any one reason can be given. Assurance of action, very important. Last part of the letter should be that we have or we will take the action and we will inform you about the action. Non-receipt of annual report of the company. Company usually publish the annual report. It is in a way gives profit and loss kind of report. It gives the details of functions of the whole year's activities. It gives the impression of whether company is getting more and more profit or the profit is losing. Introduction, reference, and complaint. If you have not, as a shareholder, you have not received the annual report of the company, first of all, give your introduction that you are shareholder of the company and possess 1000 shares or equity shares or 2000 or 500 shares. That is your introduction. Give reference that other people have received the report and I am still waiting for it. This is your company complaint also. Naturally, when you have complaint, you need some explanation and you are eager to know the explanation why you have not received while others have received. So you have to request that please send me the report as early as possible, and reply to this letter should be as reason should be given with beginning. Reason should be given. Reason can be technical, fault in department, can be postal mistake. Due to postal mistakes you might not have got it, or non-receipt. Nobody, suppose sometimes it happens that the post comes to your house and nobody was there to receive the report. Speed post or registered post or courier, they don't just put or hand it over. They don't throw it at your house. They require signature of the receiver. If nobody is there, they won't leave it at your home. So this can be one of the reasons. So reason should be mentioned. And last part should suggest the solution. One important solution can be soft copy is always available on the website of the company. You can download it, you can get print of it and collection it from the post office. Suppose the copy of the report is at post office still, you can collect it from the nearby post office of your area. Very important, because shareholders possess shares or buy shares in order to earn profit, and suppose the company's profit goes down, they are very much concerned. So they write letter to the secretary in order to get information or know. They express their concern. They give the facts and figures that the profit of the company, how it went down. They may give the graph that last year it went down by 10%, before it 5%, and for last consistently 3 years it has been going down and down. So these figures or facts should be conveyed to the company secretary. So secretary should be aware that shareholders are aware about the declining of profit. Request for explanation why this situation is there, why the profit of the company is going down, why it is declining. The shareholder can ask for an explanation in a line or two. Information regard action taken, what actions the company has been taking that should also be asked. And last, reply to this letter, and that reply is that secretary may say, may express, may be glad that we are very glad that you are concerned about the declining of the profit of our company, and we have taken certain measures. He should give the reasons also. Reasons can be competition in the market, reasons can be slack trend in the market, and he should clearly mention that because of these slack trend in the market or more competition in the market, our profit has gone down considerably. But it doesn't mean that we are not worried about it. We are conscious about it, and we have taken certain actions. And actions will be soon after. You may see, you may judge that will resultant in near future. Whatever actions they have taken in near future, result of it will outcome. Now, this much about various topics of bank correspondence and secretarial correspondence. Both kind of correspondence require conciseness, very brief, concise, particular, logical, correct, and stick to the point. This is a very important thing, which is important for all kind of business or commercial communication, that you should not use more words, list words. Your expression should be very pointed. Your expression should be very factual. Your expression should be without jargon. This is also one of very important thing, that sometimes we use overused, worn out expressions or words. We should avoid them, and we should use fresh kind of language. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. And if there are certain queries, I would like to reply. Thank you very much.
SANDHAN, All Gujarat Integrated Classroom.